Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Day 83. Umar is a Muslim now. Umar had left home with the intention of killing the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. On his way, having learned that even his sister had become a Muslim, he had given himself up to anger, turned about and gone to his sister's house. At this time, his sister and her husband were reading some passage from the Quran. Umar had heard the magnificent words, but he couldn't quite understand what it was. When his sister opened the door for him, he took a look around and asked, "What was that you were reading just a moment ago?" "Well," he replied, "we were talking among ourselves." Umar shouted in great anger, "I don't believe that. So what I heard was true. You also believe Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, don't you?" Before finishing his sentence, he hit her hard on her face. This blow knocked his sister to the ground, but she stood up and answered her brother, "Do whatever you will. My husband and I are both Muslims. We believe in Allah and His Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam." Then she said the Shahada, "Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh." Umar was confused and had mixed feelings. The words he had heard just moments ago sounded like the words he was hearing just now. Unable to stand this any longer, he said, "Bring those things you were reading. Let me also see what has been revealed to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam." Fatima responded, "My dear brother, only those who have purified themselves can touch the pages of the Quran. First, cleanse yourself, perform your ablutions, and then let me give you the page." Umar's face suddenly looked less angry. He was softer now. At other times, under different circumstances, would have shouted and screamed. But now he rushed to wash himself and then re-entered the room. Fatima showed him the verses of the Quran. Umar, knowing how to read very well, read the verses that had recently been revealed. He was amazed. What a wonderful thing this was! He was emotionally moved. He felt that happiness was flowing in his blood. What was happening to Umar, who a little while ago wanted so badly to kill the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He immediately put his sword back into its sheath. There was no trace of anger or frustration on his face anymore. The feelings his face had showed a moment ago were gone. He remembered what he had wanted to do to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He felt ashamed. How could he harm a person who recited such beautiful words from Allah to everyone? Tears flowed from his eyes. Yet at the same time, he was trying somehow to smile. His face was now full of happiness. He said, "How great a thing this is! There are no words that begin to describe how happy yet ashamed I am right now. There can be no words sweeter than the words of the Quran." Meanwhile, Habab, who had come there to teach the Quran to Fatima and her husband, said, "We are glad you decided to make the right decision." When he heard the name of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Umar's face radiated with happiness. He asked, "Where is the Prophet now sallallahu alaihi wasallam?" They responded together, "He is now at Arkham's house." Umar wanted to see him right away. They all together got up together and started walking in that direction. In their hearts there was happiness and relief.